How's the sound? Good? All right. How is everybody doing? Have you had a full day or a relaxing day or both? And now let's move in a vinyasa class, right? So, my name is Mariah. I'm very happy to be here. It feels like full circle. When I first came to Kripalu almost a decade ago, I was a corporate lawyer in Amsterdam. And the reason I took the Kripalu teacher training was because I wanted to understand why yoga was so transformative for me, why this practice can create changes way beyond, physical change. And I thought, well, teacher training will teach me that. And I had no idea that I would actually become a teacher. And 5 years ago, I graduated in this room for my 500-hour training. And now we're here. So, I think having the realization that yoga is so much more than just a physical practice, I'm sure all of you know that, but it can be on so many different levels, and it can even be on a physical level. When we practice vinyasa actually means to place in a certain way. So when we move through the practice, see if you can let every movement and every placement of a hand or a foot or an arm be deliberate, so that your practice is mindful and aware rather than just going for the motions for the sake of movement, because in that case you could have also gone to the gym. No offense, I like that too, but there's a difference. And especially when we practice with that awareness, that's where the transformation can come in, because that's where all of a sudden insights will arise. And very specifically today, I will invite you to find a different way of working with your core. Often you may hear cues like lift pelvic floor or lengthen your tailbone. Yet there is a way to work much deeper into the center of your core that will initially may feel unfamiliar, but I find is really effective and creates a lot of strength without creating tension in the front of the hips, without clenching the hip flexors that often take over when the core gets tired. So what you may hear me say during the practice today is the diamond shape of your sacrum. So the sacrum is this part of right here, right? The lowest bone of the spine. And imagine it like a diamond shape. And when I talk about the diamond shape, to move it as a whole. So rather than just drawing tailbone down, but moving the sacrum as a whole, drawing it slightly forward, actually creates a really deep engagement, very low in the abdomen. And at the same time, the line, I would call it the bra line, excuse the man in the class, but it's the tip of your shoulder blades. Imagine it to draw slightly backwards, creating a widening. And when you do these two things, while you're drawing the lowest or the most inner part of your sternum inward, you're creating an engagement very deep in the body. So it may feel a little different. And if this all didn't make any sense, then just practice however it feels right for you. So to begin, find a way to sit that's comfortable. I suggest to sit on a block or a blanket so that your hips are higher than your knees. Find a place where your hands, where your shoulders can be at ease. And then close your eyes, or if you are more comfortable, you can keep them open and just gaze down to the floor. Take a nice deep breath in, and a gentle sigh out. Take a moment to pause your day. Saturdays at Kripalu is sometimes very full. And whatever you've done today until you got here, just let it come to a rest. Bringing attention into your body, noticing your hands on your legs. Notice if you can feel if there is a difference in weight between your right and your left hand. Can you feel all 10 fingers at the same time, or is it easier to feel one hand first and then the other? From your hands, allow your attention to drop into your legs. Imagining your sitting bones to widen, creating a wider surface to sit on. Notice if you stop breathing. Allow your breath to be natural, yet present. Is it possible to feel your breath creating movement, either in your belly or chest? Or can you feel the subtle flow of air around your nostrils? Take a nice deep breath in, a full breath out. Bring your hands together in front of your heart. If you'd like to set an intention for your practice, you can set one. Nothing specific comes to mind. Maybe your intention can be to be fully present. And let's share the sound of Om. Nice breath in. Namaste. Or as Swami Kripalu used to say, Jai Bhagavan. As you open your eyes, come to lie down on your back with your head towards the front. Once you're on your back, have your your knees bent with your feet on the floor. Got sits bones this distance apart, arms resting by your sides. As you're lying here, can you experiment with a visual of the sacrum being a diamond shape, and in its entirely without muscular engagement, with an energetic intention, can you let it lift up towards the ceiling? So you're not actually moving, you're not lifting your hips, you're not really doing much, but with an intention, allow the shape of your sacrum to lift, to float up. And at the same time, can you let the sternum, the breastbone, and the back of your tip of your shoulder blades drop into the floor? Again, there's not a lot of effort doing so, but see if you can find this subtlety. And with this awareness, on your next inhale, press into your heels, lift your pelvis off the floor as a whole, and then peeling your spine off the floor. And as you exhale, let your shoulder blades come down, middle back, lower back, until your hips are back onto the floor. And then again, on your next inhale, so you can lift your pelvis, middle back, upper back, and on your exhale, lower down. Now add your arms. So as you inhale, the spine peels off the floor, arms come up overhead and land on the floor overhead. And as you exhale, arms lift to ceiling, come back by your sides as your spine rolls back to the floor. A few more times like this, using breath. Inhale, lifting and reaching up overhead. And exhale, lower down. Allow the breath to lift you up. Inhale. And exhale. One more like this. Deep breath in. And exhale. Extend your arms to the sides at shoulder height. Bend your elbows if your neighbors are close. Draw your knees in towards your chest. Keeping knees and ankles together on your exhale, let your knees come towards the right. Let them hover above the floor. And then inhale, knees to center, and exhale them over to the left. Keep both shoulders on the floor. Continue to move knees from side to side, adjusting your breathing. Either taking 2 breaths on the way or do it at 1 breath from side to side. When your knees move to the right, imagine your belly moving towards the left. And when your knees come to the left, imagine belly stretching over to the right. Keeping shoulder blades firmly grounded on the floor, using your abdominal muscles throughout your arms. One more on each side. And the next time your knees come to the left, you can stay there, and then from there roll onto your belly, extending your legs behind you. Either your chin or your forehead can be on the floor, depending on what feels appropriate for your neck. Arms by your sides, palms facing down. Same thing here. See if you can energetically allow your sacrum to this time lower towards the floor, so you're still down. And imagine how you're widening the tips of your shoulder blades, drawing your sternum towards your back body. See if you can keep that length on your next inhale. Lift your legs, your arms, your shoulders, and your head off the floor. And on your exhale, head, shoulders, arms, and legs come back down. Inhale, reaching toes away, sternum reaching up. Exhale, lower down. And again, inhale, extending, lifting. Exhale to lower, reaching toes away from you, keeping legs long. Inhale, using the muscles along your spine to lift. Exhale to lower. One more time, inhale, lift. And exhale, lower. Bring your hands under your shoulders. Come onto your knees. And with the hands a little in front of your shoulders, begin to circle your hips around. Small circles or big circles, whatever feels right. If your knees are sensitive, feel free to use a blanket under your knees. And then change direction. Allowing shoulders, neck, and head to follow along. Noticing breath. Let your circles become a little smaller and a little smaller until your circles become so small that they come back to stillness. Place your hands under your shoulders, keeping spine long on your exhale. Allow the spot between your shoulder blades to sink towards the floor as your arms stay straight. And then press into your hands, widen your shoulder blades apart, lifting this place between your shoulder blades up towards the ceiling. Exhale, heart melts, arms stay straight. And then inhale, press into your arms, shoulder blades widen and wrap towards the front. A few more times, it's very small, just between the shoulder blades. It's not the whole spine. As if you're flossing between your shoulder blades. Imagine there's a hand between your shoulder blades, gently inviting you up and gently pressing you down. On your next exhale, come back to neutral spine. Keep your hips over your knees and walk your hands forward into a puppy stretch. Allow chest to melt towards floor, sitting bones reach up to ceiling. Bend your elbows and your shoulders feel tender here or tight. So it's different from child pose. Your hips are over your knees so that there is a nice arch in your spine. Stretch around the shoulders. From here, keep your hands where they are. Slide forward onto your chest into Sphinx pose. Extend your toes away from your knees. Again, let the whole sacrum drop towards the floor. Elbows are under your shoulders. Allow the sternum to slide towards your back body, widening your imaginary bra strap. So bring your shoulders straight under, or straight over your elbows. Your chest is up. See if you can keep the lift in your chest, engage the muscles along your spine as one at a time you extend your arms back. Press the tops of your feet into the floor. Deep breath in. Exhale, hands under your shoulders. Lift up onto your knees. Reach back, child pose. On your inhale, come onto your knees. Exhale, curl your toes. Lift your hips, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift both heels up. Exhale, left heel down, right knee bends. Inhale, both heels lift, straighten both legs. Exhale, right knee bends. Left knee bends, right heel down. And then take a few moments here to stretch in any way that feels good here in your downward facing dog. Moving your body the way it wants to be moved right now. As you come to stillness, find a broadness in your upper back. Imagine the shoulder blades wrapping sideways and towards the front. If you feel tightness in your shoulders, bring a slight bend in your elbows. If there's anything in this class today that I offered doesn't work for you for whatever reason, feel free to modify the practice so it suits your needs and whatever works for your body. On your next inhale, bring your hips forward, shoulders over wrists into plank pose. Exhale, lift your hips downward facing dog. Inhale, come forward, shoulders over wrists, plank pose. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, come forward to plank, and exhale, pause here. Imagine how you're pressing your hands away from you. You're not moving your hands, but energetically slide them forward, shifting the weight in the back of your arms. Wrists are parallel to the front of your mat, fingers pointing forward. Even here, can you let the sacrum slightly float down as the sternum floats up? Take a deep breath. Exhale, downward facing dog. On your next inhale, step your right foot forward into lunge. Lower your knee down and tuck the toes and take your blocks on either side of your foot, hands under your shoulders. On your next inhale, left arm reaches up, back, behind you, sweep, big circle. Let the hand land on that block. And then inhale, right arm sweeps forward, up and back behind you, and then continue to sweep around with the right arm. See if you can let the movement come from the shoulder blade rather than just from the shoulder. Allowing the rib cage to move. One more inhale here, and exhale, let the right hand land on your right hip. Inhale, left arm reaches forward. And as you exhale, place your left hand on your right knee in a very simple twist. Take a nice deep breath in. On your exhale, hands down to the floor. Step back to plank. Rather than sending your tailbone to your heels, imagine that you're creating a Cinderella stepsister butt. So your buttocks floating up a hair, just to avoid tension in the front of your hip. Slide your hands away from you without actually moving. One more breath here. Exhale, knees down, child pose. Inhale, come onto your knees. Exhale, puppy stretch. Reach your hands away from you, chest down. Keep your hands stretched out. Slide forward onto your belly into Sphinx pose. Elbows are under your shoulders, engaging the back body. Tuck your toes. Lift your knees. On your exhale, press into your forearms into crocodile or forearm plank. Take a deep breath here. Exhale, walk your feet towards your elbows into dolphin pose. And exhale, straighten both arms into downward facing dog. Next, inhale, left foot steps forward, right knee lowers down, untuck the toes, hands on your blocks. Right arm reaches forward, up, and back behind you, and let the hand come down into the block. Left arm reaches forward, up, back behind you, then continue to sweep the arm around. See if you can do it with purpose, allowing the whole shoulder blade to move, not just the shoulder, and not mindlessly sweeping your arm around. See if you can feel the motion in your rib cage. One more big circle here. Inhale and exhale, hand lands on your left hip. Reach your right arm up. And as you exhale, twist to your left, right hand lands on your left knee. Nice deep breath. Exhale and twist, hands come down. On your next inhale, step forward, look up. And exhale, fold. Strong legs, inhale, lengthen your spine, arms sweep out to the sides and up overhead. Palms together, and exhale, hands in front of your heart. Close your eyes for a moment, noticing the effects of these movements so far. As you open your eyes, lower your hands on your next inhale, arms sweep out and up overhead. Nice strong legs as you exhale, hinge from hips, fold forward. Hands to shins or your thighs, look up and elongate spine. Exhale, fold. Step your left foot back into lunge. This time keep the legs straight, but feel free to lower the knee if that works better. Take your blocks under your shoulders. Right arm reaches forward, up, back behind you. Again, big circles with the arm. As you allow the arm to move at the pace of your breath, can you be aware of the back leg? See if you can straighten your left leg, lifting the back of your knee, the top of your thigh bone into the hip socket. Next time your arm sweeps up and back behind you, let the hand land on your hip. Keep the twist. Hug your inner thighs in towards the center. Extend your left arm forward. On your exhale, hook your left elbow over right knee, palms together into a full twist. Feel free to lower left knee anytime. Keep the back leg lifted, drawing rib cage around your spine. Keep your neck nice and long. Draw the back of your head back, and then turn your head from there. Deep breath. Exhale, hands down, untwist. Inhale to plank. Can you find that deep stability in your core here? Allowing the sacrum to float down as the sternum, the breastbone, draws up into your back body. One more breath. Exhale, knees down, child pose. Your next inhale, come back onto your hands and knees. Keep hips over knees, hands come forward into puppy stretch. Keep hands where they are, shoulders come over your elbows as you lift the sternum into Sphinx pose. Strong legs, curl your toes under, lift your knees, and then draw your hips up to shoulder height into crocodile forearm plank. Deep breath here. Exhale, walk your feet towards your elbows into dolphin pose. Keep your upper back wide. Imagine again the shoulder blades wrapping around your rib cage towards the front. See if you can straighten both arms at the same time, hands in line with your shoulders. Take a deep breath in. Full breath out. See if you can create length between your armpits and your hips. Can you create space between your collarbones? On your next inhale, step your left foot forward. Keep the right leg straight. Take blocks under your shoulders. Left arm reaches forward, up and back behind you. Again, big circles, not just with the arm, but also turning the upper body to the left. And as you continue these movements, bring awareness to your legs. Front foot is flat on the floor. Can you feel 4 corners of your left foot grounding? Can you lift the front of your right thigh bone upwards? One more inhale, arm sweeps up and back, lands on your left hip. See if you can keep this half twist. Engage your legs and then send the right arm forward. From there, hook your elbow over the knee, palms together into a full twist. Imagine your belly button trying to kiss your left inner thigh. Left rib cage moves back and the right ribs move forward and around towards the left. One more breath. Exhale, hands down. Inhale, step forward into a forward fold. Exhale here. Allow your head to hang. Again, can you feel 4 corners of each foot grounding equally? Lifting arches of your feet, drawing energy up the inner legs. The engagement of the adductors, the inner thigh muscles, help also to engage the core. On your next inhale, bend your knees, arms sweep up into chair pose, Utkatasana. And as you exhale, sweep your arms around, interlace your fingers, roll your shoulders back, slide your shoulder blades together. And on your next exhale, fold over your legs again, arms reaching overhead. Take an inhale, and on your exhale, release your hands, sweep your arms forward, bend your knees, Utkatasana, chair pose. And as you exhale, palms together, straighten your legs, hands in front of your heart. Hands lower, inhale, arms lift up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lift your spine, hands to shins and or upper thighs. Exhale, fold. Step your left foot back into lunge. Right arm reaches forward, up and back behind you. Bring your hand onto your right hip. Left arm reaches up. Exhale, hooking elbow over, knee, palms together into a twist. One more breath here. Exhale, hands down. Inhale to plank. Activate the back of your arms by imagining sliding your hands forward. Shoulder blades wide and stable on your back. So puff a little bit in between your shoulder blades upwards. Deep breath here. Exhale, knees down, child pose. Keep your hands where they are. Inhale, lift your hips. Keep them over your knees. Exhale, walk your hands forward into puppy stretch. Slide your belly down, sternum lifts, elbows stay down, shoulders over elbows into Sphinx pose. Curl your toes, lift your knees. Exhale, crocodile forearm plank. Press firmly down into your forearms. As you imagine drawing elbows closer to each other, widen your collarbones. Allow your imaginary bra strap to lift up to ceiling as the whole diamond of your sacrum lowers slightly towards the floor without actually moving your hips. Breathe deeply. How much chatter in your mind is preventing you from just staying in this pose? Is your mind telling you that you can't do this? Can you breathe through it? Can you soften your jaw and your face? One more breath. Exhale, walk your feet towards your elbows into dolphin pose. Keep your shoulder blades stable on your back, and again, wrap them around towards the front, collarbones wide. It doesn't matter how far forward you walk your feet. It just depends on length of hamstrings, among other things. On your next inhale, reach your right leg up towards ceiling. And exhale, lower your foot down. Inhale, left leg lifts. And exhale, lower your foot down. Press both hands down so you can straighten both arms at the same time. Take a deep breath and exhale, sigh it out. On your next inhale, right leg lifts up behind you. On your exhale, slowly draw your knee into your chest, bring your shoulders over your wrists, keep your spine long. Inhale, extend the leg up behind you, again, three-legged dog, moving slowly. Exhale, with the breath, draw the knee in, shoulders go over wrists. Inhale, again, lengthening, reaching the front of the hip back. Exhale, draw knee to chest. One more time. Inhale, extend your leg. And as you exhale, draw the knee into your chest. Now pause here. Extend your right foot to the left, straight out. On the outside of the right foot. Come on the inside of your left foot. Reach the left arm up, stacking shoulders into a side plank variation. Can you keep your shoulder blades stable on your back? Stack your shoulders. Reaching out through your fingertips. One more breath here. Exhale, left hand down. Draw right knee into chest and extend the leg up behind you, three-legged dog. Deep breath here. Exhale, sweep the foot all the way forward on the outside of your right hand. Feel free to stay here. You could lower your left knee. You could stay here or come down onto your elbows or have your forearms on the block. And once you're down, if you want to deepen this stretch, you could straighten your back leg. But notice what happens when you do that. Are you lifting that knee off the floor just for the sake of lifting it, or is it actually enhancing your pose? Can you keep your spine nice and long? Can you keep the sternum reaching forward? Can you keep your hips low? Take a nice deep breath in. On your next exhale, come onto your hands. If your knee is on the floor, lift that knee. Now look over your left shoulder and turn towards the long side of your mat. Straighten your right leg and bend your left knee into the side lunge. Bend your right knee, straighten the left leg. And then again, bend your left knee, straighten the right leg. You can keep your hands on the floor with the sternum reaching forward as you keep moving from side to side. Or if you want to make it a little challenging, you could lift your chest higher up, hands in front of your heart, your choice. Be careful with any knee sensitivities. You may not stay so low. Come up a little higher. One more time to the left. And then one more time to the right. Hands come down to the floor if they're not already there. Straighten both legs. Turn your toes to the long side of your mat and exhale, fold forward. Any sighs are welcome. Deep breaths. On your next inhale, lift your spine. See if you can bring your spine parallel to the floor. Place your hands under your nose on the floor or on the block. Keep your spine nice and straight. Turn your left foot out. And then the right arm reaches to the side and up towards the ceiling into elephant pose. Both legs are straight. Your hand is straight in line with your face. Deep breath. Turning the ribs towards the right. One more breath. Exhale, hand down. Turn your right toes forward. Inhale, elongate the spine. Hands are in line with your nose on the floor or on the block. Turn your right toes out. Reach the left arm out to side and up to ceiling. Both legs are straight. Spine is nice and long. Imagine the crown of your head reaching away from your tailbone. Nice deep breath. Exhale, head lowers down. Look over your left shoulder, turn your right toes forward, lift the back heel, bend the front knee into lunge towards the front of your mat. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take a nice deep breath in. As you exhale, lower your knees to the floor, child pose. Breathing into your back body. Noticing the prana you've evoked in your body, the energy that is journeying around. What is it doing? If your arms are behind you, extend them out in front of you. On your next inhale, lift your hips, curl your toes, exhale back to downward facing dog. On your next inhale, extend your left leg out and up behind you. Exhale, draw your knee to your chest, hold shoulders over wrist. Inhale, leg extends, moving slowly. Exhale, knees to chest, shoulders forward. Inhale, press the floor away with your hands, leg lifts. Exhale, knee to chest. One more time, inhale, leg lifts. Exhale, draw knee forward. Now extend your leg towards the right. Outside of left foot comes down, right inner foot comes down, and then right arm reaches up in line with your left arm. Side plank variation. You can stack your hips and stack your shoulders. Soft front ribs, draw the sternum towards your back body. Sacrum melting forward. One more breath. Hand comes down, draw your knee into your chest and extend the leg out and up behind you. Draw the foot forward and step it on the outside of your left hand, or lizard pose. And then feel free to stay here. You can lower your knee. You could lower your elbows. You could bring the forearm on a block. Any variation, allowing the pelvis to move forward and down. Keeping sternum reaching over the front of your mat so that your spine stays nice and long. Don't force yourself any further down if your body allows you to. So perhaps just staying on straight arms today is just what the body needs. Breathing into sensation. Take one more breath here. If your arms are down, straighten your arms, come onto your hands. Lift your back knee if it's down. Look over your right shoulder and then turn to the right side, long side of your mat. Bend your right knee, straighten your left leg again into that side lunge. Hands can stay down for now. Bend your left knee, straighten the right leg. And as you continue to move from side to side, you decide how challenging do you want to make this. Do you want to keep hands on the floor or palms in front of your chest, spine more straight up? You could come up a little higher if this bothers your knees in any way. Moving from side to side, strengthening your abdominal muscles in your thighs. Next time, your left knee bends. Turn your hands towards the front. Extend your back leg behind you into lunge. And step forward into a forward fold. Let your head hang long spine. Bend your knees, inhale, arms sweep up overhead. Exhale, hands come behind you, interlace your fingers, knees are bent, roll your shoulders back to lift your chest. As you exhale, fold over your legs, stretching arms overhead. Shoulder blades slide together. If it's easy for you to have arms overhead, so you can bring your palms together. Nice deep breath. As you exhale, release your hands, sweep them forward and up, knees bent, Utkatasana, chair pose. And as you exhale, palms together, straighten your legs. Again, close your eyes. Noticing the prana swirling around in your body. On what level is it creating transformation? Is it physical? Is it mental? Is it energetic? As you open your eyes, step your feet a little wider than your hips. Lower your hands, sweep arms out overhead, palms together. And as you exhale, palms draw down the center line. As you bend your knees, let the hips come all the way down into the squat malasana. Heels can lift. If you need to adjust the placement of your feet, do so that you can press upper arms into knees, knees into upper arms. Pressing palms together. If you have any knee sensitivity, sitting on a block is a great option. See, you can lift the sternum, dropping sitting bones. Extend the right upper arm into your right knee. Lift the left arm out and up. Feel free to stay here or bend your right elbow. Wrap your left hand around so you can bind your hands together. And if you want even more challenge, you could bring your weight into your left foot, straightening all the way up to stand into a bird of paradise variation. I just want to play, even though you're not sure if you can do it, just try, see what happens. And the transformation is right there. Take a nice deep breath. If you're up, see if you can find the same way back. Slowly bending left knee, letting the right foot come back to floor, lowering hips. Release your hands, come back to Malasana. Hands together. Left arm reaches out, upper arm into knee, and right arm reaches to the side. And then again, you can stay here or bend your left elbow, hands together, binding around the left knee. Stay here, or if you like, try this variation of bird of paradise on side. It's always one side is a little easier than the other. This is my challenging side. So you can straighten the standing leg. Nice breath. And as you exhale, so you can find same way back, carefully lowering your left foot, finding weight onto both feet. Hands come back together. Sternum lift. Nice deep breath in. Exhale, hands come down, straighten your legs, turn your toes forward in a slightly wider than usual forward fold. As you inhale, look up. On your exhale, step back to plank. Strong legs. Hands slide away from you without actually moving them. One more breath here. Knees down, child pose. Inhale, come onto your hands and knees. Hands stay where they are, hips over knees. Walk your hands out, chest down, puppy stretch. Keep hands and elbows where they are, slide chest forward and through, elbows down into Sphinx pose. Nice, strong backside, curl your toes, lift the knees. And then on your exhale, lift your hips into crocodile forearm plank. One more time. What if the transformation happened right here? All of a sudden, you realize that you're much stronger than you think you are. Whether that's physically or mentally or both. One more breath. Exhale, walk your toes towards your elbows into dolphin pose. Widen your collarbones. Nice, long spine, deep breath. Press both hands down, straighten your arms, downward facing dog. On your next inhale, the right leg lifts up and back. As you exhale, draw your knee to your chest, and then let the shin come down on the floor for pigeon. Line your right heel up with your left hip bone, slide the left leg straight back behind you. Look back to see if the foot is in line with your calf, and then bring the left side of your rib cage forward. Hands on either side of your front leg. Inhale, lift up and out of your hips. As you exhale, fold over your legs to come back up again. Rolling spine up. Inhale, lift up. And exhale, fold over your legs. Rolling up, inhale, lift. Exhale, forward. One more time, inhale, roll up. And as you exhale, you fold forward, come down either on your elbows or all the way to the floor. Make sure there's no sharp sensation in your right knee. Some dull, aching sensation on the outer right hip is normal, but you don't want to have any painful sensation in the knee. On your next inhale, bring your hands under your shoulders, lift your torso up. And then carefully bend your left knee with the left hand, find your left foot if you can, and slowly draw the heel into your left buttock. Keep the left ribs moving forward. Any variation here, mermaid pose if you like, feel free. Nice deep breath. One more inhale and full exhale. Carefully release the foot, hands under your shoulders, curl the back toes, lift the back knee, press into your hands, lift your right knee in towards your chest. Exhale, extend the leg up behind you, open your right hip, bend your right knee. And as you inhale, extend your right leg, square your hips, step your right foot next to your left. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, knee comes forward, and then your left shin on the floor for pigeon on the left side. So line your left heel up with your right hip bone, so that the left knee is a little out to the left and not in front of you. Right leg extends behind you, nice long toes. Bring your arms on either side of your front leg and inhale, lift yourself up and out of your hips, and as you exhale, fold forward. Again, a few times like a wave, moving up and down. One more breath in, and as you exhale, come down and stay onto your elbows and come all the way to the floor. Breathing deeply, noticing how well the movement has prepared your hips for this pose. On your next inhale, bring your hands under your shoulders, lift your torso up. And then bend your right knee with your left hand, find your right foot, and carefully draw the heel towards your right buttock. The right shoulder wants to move back on the right side of the rib cage, so you can bring them back forward. And any variation here, mermaid, if that's in your practice or any other tricks you know. So you can let the pelvis stay heavy. One more breath. On your exhale, carefully release your hand, lower the foot, Plant your hands straight under your shoulders, tuck your back toes, lift the back knee, and lift the left knee into your chest, extend the leg, open your hip, bend your knee. And inhale, extend your leg. Exhale, step foot next to your right, downward facing dog. One more breath here. As you exhale, bend your knees, look forward. And then slowly either walk or jump to sit. Bring the soles of your feet together. Hold on to your ankles. Pressing feet together to widen the knees away from each other, and that will allow them to come down. As you hold on to your ankles, inhale, lift yourself out of your wicks. And on your exhale, let your sternum come forward. Sternum rather than chin. See if you can keep the back of your head in line with the back of your pelvis. And once you cannot go any further, allow the upper back to round your head to come down. Baddha Konasana, bound angle, nice stretch for the adductor muscle. Soften your shoulders. Keep a gentle pressure of the feet together. And one more inhale. Full exhale. Inhale, slowly roll up. Lean into your hands behind you so you can straighten your legs out in front of you. Cross your right knee over your left knee and draw your heels towards the outer hips. You may have to bring your hands forward and wiggle your knees on top while you lift your knees. And then carefully sit back. Perhaps drawing the right calf out of the way. If this is not working for you for whatever reason and you find yourself all the way onto your left sitting bone, extend the left leg so that you can find a nice neutral pelvis here. On your next inhale, bring your hands to your feet, you lengthen your spine. And as you exhale, fold over your legs. Nice long spine until you feel either a compression of the chest into your thigh or the lower back says stop. And wherever that is, allow the upper back to round and your head to come forward. Keep weight into your hips and sitting bones rather than in the front knees. Imagine the outer hips dropping down. Notice breath. On your next inhale, extend your spine, lengthen up. And on your next exhale, slide your left hand to the side, coming down on your elbow, or bring the forearm on a block. The right sitting bone may lift just a hair, but don't let your whole hip come up. So have a sense of heaviness in that right side. If it works for your neck and shoulder, bring your right arm up and reach it over towards the left, extending the whole right side of the body. Drawing right armpit back in space to keep your chest nice and open and really create a pure side stretch rather than a little bit of a forward bend. One more nice deep breath in and full breath out. And on your next inhale, raise the right arm up and let that lift you up. Exhale, hand comes down. Both arms lift as you inhale. Keep the spine nice and long. As you exhale, twist to your right, left forearm against right thigh. Inhale, lift your ribcage away from your waist, and on your exhale, draw the right side of your ribcage back. Left side of the ribcage moves forward and around. Hips stay heavy. See, at the same time, if you can soften in your hip creases. On your next inhale, arms lift, turning back to center. Exhale, hands come behind you, leaning into your hands so that you can uncross your knees, bring your feet as wide as your mat. And then slowly move your knees a few times from side to side. And as your knees come back to center, extend your legs out in front. Cross your left knee over your right. Bend your knees towards your chest. Slide your foot to the other hip. And then again, you may have to bring your weight forward a little to wriggle your knees on top of one another. And notice this side may be different, either easier or more challenging. If that's the case and you feel the left sitting bone up in the air, extend your right leg. Once you settled, hands to your feet, inhale. Lengthen spine, exhale. With the sternum, not your chin, reach over the front knee. And once you can't go any further, allow the upper back to round, head coming down. Imagine your outer hips melting downward into floor. Shoulders soft. One more breath. As you inhale, lift the spine back up. And on your exhale, slide your right hand to the side, come down on your elbow or use a block under your forearm. Keeping left hip heavy, inhale, left arm reaches up and over to the side, keeping left shoulder back. Nice wide chest. Allow the left knee to stay down as best as you can, as long as it doesn't hurt your knee. Notice how you can breathe into your left lung here. Deep breath in. Full breath out. And on your inhale, let the left arm lift and pull you up. Exhale, hand lowers down. Inhale, both arms lift. On your exhale, twist to your left. Right hand or right forearm presses against your left thigh. Right hand somewhere behind you without leaning into that hand. Keep your weight in the front of your sitting bones. Inhale, lengthen upwards. On your exhale, right side of the ribcage wraps to the front and then over towards the left as the left side of your ribcage moves backwards. One more breath here. And as you exhale, come back to center. Bring your hands behind you and again lean back, uncross your knees, feet as wide as your mats. And then gently window out your knees a couple times, side to side. And as your knees come back to center, bring your weight forward, hug your knees in towards your chest. If it feels okay for your neck, bend your head forward. rolling yourself up in a tight ball. And as you inhale, slowly raise your head up. As you exhale, extend your legs out in front of you. Reach your arms out in front of you. As you keep your legs extended, feet are flexed, begin to roll down. See if you can scoop your lower back as if you're making a C curve with your lower back. Your upper back stays firmly rounded as well, bringing deeper layers of the core into the equation. See if you can lower all the way down, slowly, slowly. Once you're on the floor, reach your arms overhead, arch your back, lift your belly a little, stretching the front of your body. As you exhale, bring your arms back by your sides, allowing your legs to relax here. If you like a blanket, you may want to cover yourself up here. If you don't have a blanket and you want one, let me know. Allow your eyes to close. Take a nice deep breath in and then sigh it out. Imagining the backside of your body becoming twice as wide. Notice the energetic effect of your practice. You feel tingling, energy surging through your body. Allow your breath to be natural. See if you can stay present with your breath. Do you seek me, yet expect to stay unchanged? Do you look for transformation and pray each day for the seas to remain calm? That is not the way. If you stir up cosmic energies, if you wake the sleeping snake, you will pay for your audacity. There will be times of bliss and quiet, but there will also be earthquakes, tornadoes, tidal waves that render the old trail guides useless, even in the high country. Playing it safe will only serve to frustrate you who hunger for the truth. Speak your choice clearly. If you choose to move ahead, stop at no thread, hold no thread of nostalgia or contentment, break free of the obstacles that limit your strength, I await you just outside the gates, just beyond the territory where you feel safe. The source of all you seek is before you now, if only you can see it. Gently bring awareness back into your body. Become aware of the ground underneath you. Slowly wiggle your toes and your fingers. Take a nice full breath in. Reach your arms overhead. Give your a nice full body stretch and exhale. Sigh out. Bring your arms back by your sides, and as you bend your knees, roll to either your left or your right side, whatever you feel drawn to. And slowly come back to sit. Close your eyes. One more time. As you are back in your seated pose, notice the effects of your practice. Is there a shift in your body? Is there more space? More awareness? Did anything change in the quality of your mind? The way you feel overall? Bring your hands together in front of your heart and bow your head in gratitude and reference, first of all, to yourself. You have the audacity to walk the path of transformation. Gratitude to the practice itself that lenses all these tools, and gratitude for the people around you. And I thank you all for coming. Jai Bhagwan. Namaste.